What I can tell you, however, is that General Parlade is illegally occupying its position as spokesperson of the NTF-ELCAC. Why? A first-year law student will tell you a cardinal principle in our Constitution that those in the active military service are prohibited from occupying civilian positions. He is I think, a major general in the armed forces. He occupies a position in the NTF-ELCAC, which is a civilian position, and that violates the rules of the Constitution. And these are one of my disappointments. Hindi na pinapakinggan ang Senado.
Of course, Parlade himself has just said today that if you have any issue with me, then I will step down, but don't take it out on the NTF-ELCAC. What do you think of that?
So, given the fact that he's holding the position is constitutionally doubtful, why doesn't he step down to save everybody from the agony?
So you do agree that NTF-ELCAC is needed, or that they do justify their existence?
This program, in fairness, Lucy, this program has been there since 2016, yes. In other words, the concept was the security forces will free a barangay from insurgencies. Now, after that, you have to support it with projects.
Right.
The whole of nation approach.
Yes.
Right.
So you have to build roads, etc. So the concept has been there since 2016. But these were in the budget of the different line departments: agriculture, for agricultural support, DTI, Department of Health, Labor, Education, etc. Never before a military-led task force as the implementer. And that is where doubts are raised, because from a pure civilian undertaking by the different cabinet departments, which I will repeat, has been there since 2016. Suddenly, the budget is coming out of their ears at 19 billion. We do not such a huge amount, and now concentrated on the NTF-ELCAC versus the previous practice where where each department is given a role in the rehabilitation of a particular locality.
Of course, Parlade has said, well, that's your fault. You allowed it. You agreed to it. You signed this. I mean, you passed that General Appropriations Act that allows it. No, so in fact, he called you stupid in CNN for allowing that to happen. So, are you now saying that? Are you now saying that the group itself should stay? That task force should be there? That there's a good reason for it to be there? That the only problem is Parlade, and if we had to isolate him, and if we could, then solved na. Ganun ba yun, sir?
Lucy, just to make it clear, I was objecting to this from day one.
Okay.
Yes.
That's you. Yes. Yeah.
I have been objecting. It's on record. I have been objecting to it for the reasons that I have already stated. So it's really disrespectful, to say the least, if Parlade said that we are stupid for having approved this. In the first place, the reality also of our system is that Malacanang lobbies. It's by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. They lobby for this budget, including the budget for the NTF-ELCAC. And in the Senate, I questioned this. I placed safeguards, but it was accepted in the Senate. But in the bicameral conference committee, I am sure that Malacanang lobbied, and therefore it came out in the way that it is written today.